Hello, it's good to see you. Today we are going to be doing another wreath. I haven't done one in a little while. Honestly, I got a little burnt out on it. I didn't feel like doing it, so I just kind of decided not to do one for a little bit. But I do have the materials here to do a wreath for Independence Day. And it's hard to believe that tomorrow is the first day of June. Oh my gosh. So I figured I better go ahead and get that taken care of. A lot of people ask me the same questions about the wreaths I do. They want to know how long they take. They can take anywhere from 3 to 5 hours, start to finish, when you have all the cutting and, getting all your materials together. It can take a while. I mean, it takes at least 3 hours to do one of these wreaths. If I'm doing two at the same time, it doesn't take as long per wreath because you already have all the materials together. To do two usually takes about 6 hours or so. And I may do two. It depends on how things go. But I think I have enough here to do 2 wreaths. So it's going to be, of course, a red, white, and blue theme. And I'm going to show you the stuff that I have to make this wreath. And a lot of this was stuff that I found. I have up in my attic 2 totes full of wreath-making materials. And some of it is some stuff I had left over from other wreaths. So I think I'll be able to incorporate it. One thing I found upstairs in the attic was this little bird. And it's a sparkly bird. And he's blue. It's not like a dark blue, but I think it'll work. And he's the little tail here. And there's a little marijuana clip on the bottom, so you don't even have to glue him into the wreath. You just clip him in there. So I have a little bird that I could put on one of the wreaths. And I also found 2 little blue dragonflies. So we can do some dragonflies in there too. Of course, that's the second stage. The first stage of making the wreath is the mesh. This right here. I found this gorgeous dark blue mesh at Dollar Tree. Now, I found this in Dollar Tree about 3 months ago. Actually, maybe closer to 4 months ago. And I wish I had bought more, honestly. I only have 3 rolls of this really dark blue mesh. And I haven't been able to find any more. So I really wish I had bought a couple more. But it's okay. We'll make it work, because I also found up in the attic some of this lighter blue. I think mixing in some of the lighter blue will be fine. I don't think it's going to matter a whole lot. I'm going to use it sparingly. I'm not going to use a ton of it, but I do have a roll or 2 of this right here that we can use in the wreaths. So here's our blue right here. I really love this really super dark blue. That is awesome. Look at that color. It's nice. I love it. So I have that. And for the red, I found, now this mesh here was left over from Valentine's Day. It has the little Valentine's Day thing on it. So it's a nice dark red, and it has gold running through it. I think I have 1 roll of this, and then I have some that I bought recently. No, actually, I think I got it at the same time as the dark blue. I have this plain red. Now, there is a metallic running through here, but it's a red metallic. So I have lots of this. I have plenty of red. And I have the 1 roll with some gold in it. So we have that. And also from Valentine's Day, I found this white mesh with a red metallic in it. And I think I only have 1 of these also. So we will incorporate this into it as well. Really pretty white with the red metallic in it is really pretty. I like that. So we have that. And then I also have some plain white mesh, and it has this iridescent looking metallic thread that runs through there. And all of this mesh came from Dollar Tree. Now, you can buy mesh at other places like Michael's. Actually, Michael's has an impressive selection of decorative mesh, all different colors. So if you can't find what you want, you can always go somewhere like Michael's and find plenty of mesh. And I also found this sparkle mash. This is a glitter tool that I also found at Dollar Tree. And again, it's not that really pretty dark blue, but it's blue. So we could mix in a little bit of this too. I don't remember what I bought this for. I might have just seen it in there at some point and thought it was pretty. I do like the color. I might have just seen it and thought it was pretty. I didn't buy it for anything in particular. I found it up in the attic in the totes of wreath stuff. Oh, and the ribbon. Oh, I have the neatest ribbon. But first, I want to show you the stems. Now I found this packet of glitter stems. These are tinsel stems. They're like pipe cleaners, but they're made out of this tinsel stuff. Now it doesn't really matter with the wreath when you make it. What you use to attach the mesh and the tool to the wreath doesn't really matter, because it's not going to show when you finish the wreath unless you look at the back side. You're never going to see it. But I always try to match it to the wreath, the theme of the wreath. It just makes me feel better if it matches. And I found this in there, and it was just a little packet, and it had some silver and some blue and some red glitter tool in there. There's just a random green one stuck in there, but I thought we could use this up. I don't know how many strands there are. It wouldn't be enough for 2 wreaths, I know. So also in the totes I found just some plain white chenille stems. So oops, I can just use these up and then use these as well. Just use a combination of these two. So we'll use up all of these except that green one. I just can't put a single green one in there. No, that's going to go back in the tote. But whatever else we need, we can just use some of these. Okay. And the ribbon. Oh gosh, the ribbon. I went crazy with ribbon. You won't believe all the ribbon I found. Now the ribbon I actually bought at Walmart because in the last few months, Dollar Tree hasn't really had, the Dollar Trees around here haven't really had much ribbon at all. I mean, they have a little bit, but none of it would have worked for this. So I just went to Walmart and found some. Now I got the mega rolls of ribbon because it was a little bit more economical, especially if I'm going to be doing 2 wreaths. I thought it would be a little bit more economical to just go ahead and get the big rolls of ribbon. So I would have enough. See, it's the value spool. That's what this one says anyway. Now this is 5/8 inch ribbon. I've got some here in a really nice red color. The 5/8 inch. And then this one is 1.5 inch. It's not wired ribbon. It doesn't have to be. That's totally not important because we're not going to be making bows with it or anything. The ribbon is going to go in the bundles with the mesh and the tool. And it doesn't have to be wired ribbon, so it doesn't matter. I don't remember how much. I think these were $5 per roll, but I may be wrong about that. It's 10 yards. This is 10 yards. And this is actually 25 yards of the smaller ribbon. I think they were $4.99. So I have the red, and I got it in blue. So I have right here, red, white, and blue. And it's all the Yama ribbon, the mega rolls of ribbon, 10 yards of the 1.5 inch right here. It's gonna look good. And I also found these in my tote. I found a little thing of sheer ribbon. Now this is from Dollar Tree. I don't really like working with the sheer ribbon as much. It's kind of hard to cut and dovetail because it scoots out from the scissors. But I want to go ahead and use this anyway. I found this in the tote, and I found this one from Offray. It's a slightly lighter blue. This one I bought the same time I bought the other stuff. This is 5/8 inch, a darker blue ribbon, and this is 18 feet. This one is also 18 feet, but this one I already had. But I wanted to go ahead and just incorporate that. It doesn't really matter if it's a lighter blue. Once you get it all together, it'll look good. And I found some red, white, and blue striped ribbon. at the same time. I bought most of this ribbon at the same time. Really pretty red, white, and blue striped ribbon. This is 12 feet of this 5/8 inch striped ribbon here. And I also found one that looks like the American flag is waving like this. Now this is 1.5 inch and it's only 9 feet of this. So I'm going to try to split these evenly, but I'm going to assume that I have enough here to do 2 wreaths. I'm going to split it evenly between the 2 wreaths, so we'll have some in each. And the last roll I got was this cool one here. It's mainly blue, but it also has red and white stripes, and then the stars down the middle. This is 1.5 inch from Offray, and it is also 9 feet. And I found all of these at Walmart too. So, but you can go to any craft store, I'm sure, and find plenty of different types if you want to. I just happened to be in there and just went ahead and got it all at once. Oh, and the decorative stuff. Some of this I already had. Now this, I bought this, I think I got this back around Valentine's Day when I was doing Valentine's Day wreaths. No, I'm wrong. This is the Christmas house. So I get this for Christmas wreaths. So I've had it for a while. It was in the attic. It's sparkly red greenery. I thought it was kind of cool. It's like fireworks, you know? Kind of looks like little fireworks. So what I do when I decorate the wreath, I take the little green part, and I may just take this out actually. I may not include, for this one, normally I push the greenery up, all the way up, like this. And then I will cut it off. So I will cut it off just right about here. And then this whole thing will get hot glued. I kind of stick it down in the wreath and I put a little hot glue on it, stick it down in there. So it's sticking out with the green stuff with it. But for this, I think we're going to leave the greenery out of it. So we're only going to have this part right here. So I take wire cutters and just cut it maybe right here somewhere. And with the seat, we're just going to be gluing in these parts. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I would do 3 in one and 2 in the other one, like that. And I have more. Now these were in the tote as well. These came from Dollar Tree. They're lilac, but they're blue. I was just looking in the tote for stuff I could use for this wreath, and I found these little blue flowers. And they do actually, Dollar Tree has some red, white, and blue little artificial flower bunches right now. But I actually found some at Walmart that I liked better, so I went with those. And I didn't get the ones that they had at Dollar Tree. So they're blue enough. I was just looking for blue stuff to go in there. So there's that. And these things, oh wait, no. This also came from Dollar Tree. It says it's baby breath, but it's red. And again, you know, you have the greenery down here. I may just push that down and not include it and only have, and just have the red flowers in there like this. So again, I'm going to look down here and I will cut it with, because it's wire so you can bend it, there's wire in there, I will cut it with wire cutters about right there and then put a little bit of hot glue on it and stick it down in the wreath. So I really enjoy decorating the wreath. It's actually a lot of fun. You can do it any way you want. There are no rules. You can do whatever you like. Put this stuff wherever you want it. So it says this is baby's breath. I've never seen baby's breath that look like that. I always thought it was the little white, you know, stuff in floral arrangements, but maybe there are different types. I don't know. So anyway, red flowers there. And okay, these are the ones that I found at Walmart back in the craft section. Look at these big old flowers. Actually, I kind of wish I had bought more, but I think it's okay for 2 wreaths. We only have 1 white flower, and then we have some red ones here and blue, and I love them because they have silver glitter down in there, It's sparkly glitter. Look at that. And again, you have these huge leaves. I'm not going to include the leaves. We're going to leave these leaves out of it. So you would just separate these out and cut them. This wire is thicker, but you could just cut through it with wire cutters. Cut them off about here and then hot glue the pretty flowers into our two red, white, and blue wreaths. So there's that. And these at Walmart, the bunch like this was $3.47. It's their mainstays, and it says they're red, white, and blue daisies. But they were right back in the craft section when I found them when I was looking at ribbon. And then the last thing I have are these red, white, and blue berries that also came from Walmart. And they're just little plastic berries in red, white, and blue. And there's a lot of greenery here. But again, see, you can slide it. You can move it. You can slide it down. And I won't include any of that this time. Normally I do, but I won't this time. I'm really just looking to get the color in the wreath. So I'm not really concerned about this stuff. So these were also $3.47 per bunch like this. So I think we have enough to do too. We're just going to split this up between the two. And then of course I have my two wreath forms here, these wire frames. These are from Dollar Tree also. I find that, okay, Dollar Tree doesn't have a lot of different sizes, but if you're looking for just a plain form to make a wreath with, these work great. And they're only $1. It's way cheaper than they are at the craft stores. Now, if you're looking for specific sizes or shapes, you're going to have to go elsewhere. But if you're just looking for a basic wreath, now when we get done, it's going to be a lot bigger than just this right here, just this 14-inch form. It's going to be way bigger, you'll see. But yeah, if you're looking for just a basic wreath form to work with, these at Dollar Tree are wonderful. And way cheaper. But yeah, if you want specialty stuff, you'll have to go somewhere other than Dollar Tree. And they will cost more. So anyway, that is everything. And we're going to go ahead and get started. And I'm going to show you how I make the little bundles for the initial stage of the wreath before we do the decorating. And I'm going to show you how to attach them to the wreath form. So let's get started. Okay, I have all of my ribbon cut, and I have dovetailed all of the pieces, which has this, it means it has this little cut in it right here, and that is a very simple little thing to do to your ribbon, and it just gives it a nice little pretty edge. And all you have to do to dovetail any ribbon is to just fold it lengthwise this way. And then you're just going to make a little diagonal cut right there. And then when you open it back up, it's dovetailed. And you can even fold it over if you want to. And do both sides at the same time. I generally don't. I just dovetail each side separately. But you can do it either way. And I've even done it with these little ribbons here. So we have some of all of our ribbon types all laid out, the different sizes. And what I did was I took the tinsel little stems here, the sparkly stems that match my bracelets. I took them, and with my wire cutters I just cut them in half. So it's not the full length. You're only going to need 1/2 for each bundle. And we're going to make a few bundles here together, and I'm going to show you how that works. Alright, and I have cut sections of the decorative mesh. Now for this, for these two wreaths, we're going to do bundles of 3 pieces of mesh, and then we're going to use a larger ribbon and a smaller ribbon, and they're just going to be done, you know, just kind of done assorted ways. They don't all have to be done exactly the same way. Now, oh, I forgot to mention, all of the ribbon is cut to be approximately 9 inches long. You can change that. You don't have to do 9 inches. You can make them any length that you want them to be. And they're not exactly 9. I just kind of eyeball it and cut it. I don't make it exact. And the mesh is also approximately 9 inches. All the pieces have been cut into approximately 9-inch pieces. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do to start a bundle is take a piece of this mesh here. I have a red piece. You're going to grab opposing corners of the mesh. Now, the trick with working this with this stuff is to not handle it any more than you absolutely have to, because from where it's been cut, it will start to fray and come apart, and we don't want it to fray a whole lot. So don't handle it any more than you really have to. So you grab the opposing corners and you pull it just a little bit. You're just going to tug on it a little bit, kind of hold it. Now this technique, the more you practice it, the faster you get with it. You're going to kind of hold it, take these 2 corners here, and you're just going to kind of roll it up in the middle on itself, so that now you have what looks like a little bow tie. Now after you do one of these, I just hold it between my fingers like this while I get the other pieces ready. You can use a clothespin or a chip clip or whatever you want to hold this together, but you want to hold it, because if you let it go, it's going to come apart. You want to just keep it pinched like that. Now let me grab another piece of mesh here. Here's one of the white pieces, and again, it's cut to about a 9-inch length approximately. It really doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't matter. When the wreath is done, it won't matter if it's not perfect. And you know me, I don't like having to be precise about every little thing. Okay, so again, you just take the opposing corners, just pull it a little bit. You're not pulling it really hard. You're just kind of pulling it a little bit. Kind of hold it down in the middle, fold it up on itself, and you make a little bow tie. Now I'm going to lay it right on top of the other one, pinch them together, and hold them between my fingers just like that. Now this seems like a long time consuming process, but the truth is, after you get in the swing of it and you get used to it, it actually goes really fast. I could have already made like 4 bundles by now because I've made so many of these. I could do these in my sleep probably. Okay, I think it looks pretty already. Now let's add a blue piece to it. Oh, I love this blue mesh. It is so pretty. It's kind of hard to see with the black background, but you take the opposing corners again, pull it a little bit, hold it down, roll it up on itself, and lay it on top. There. Just like that. So now for this bundle we have our 3 pieces of mesh. So let's pick some ribbon. Let's go with a red piece here, this 1.5-inch ribbon here. We'll lay that over the top. And let's take one of these striped pieces and put that over. So now we're holding it all together just like this. Now you take one of these pieces of this pipe cleaner stuff and you're going to lay it right over the top. Right here. Now here's the tricky part. This takes a little practice, but you're going to take these 2 ends of this pipe cleaner, fold it under, continue holding your bundle, fold it in half. Let's see, I still have the pipe cleaner. Pinch it a little bit, and then try to get the ends of the pipe cleaner to be somewhat even. It doesn't matter if they're not perfect. And then you're going to twist 2 or 3 times on the underside here, and now you can let go. And that is your first bundle. Now for these wreaths, I find that with the 14-inch wreath form, using the Dollar Tree mesh, which is it's thinner than the kind you're going to get like at Michael's, their mesh is going to be thicker and stiffer than this. But using Dollar Tree mesh, I find that bundles like this, you're going to need at least 50 bundles per wreath to make it nice and full. So yeah, it takes quite a bit. It takes about 5 rolls of mesh, and quite a bit of ribbon to make each wreath. If I used only dollar store materials, including the frame, I could make the entire thing for about $12. But it depends on the decorations you use. Very few of them are all Dollar Tree stuff. They usually have stuff from other stores, like this wreath, this ribbon here. Alright, well there's our first bundle. Let's do another one. Again, you take a piece of mesh, and I'm going to try to do each bundle with a red piece, a white piece, and a blue piece. But I don't have as much of this dark blue as I wish I had, so I may have to go with some of the lighter blue. Pinch there. Makes like a little bow tie. Look how sparkly it is too. Alright, and get another piece. Still holding this one, it matches my nails. I didn't plan it that way, it just happened. So you take opposing corners, pull it, hold that middle part down, and then kind of fold it, roll it together, hold them together like that. There's that one. Get another piece. Here's a red one. Unroll it. Take opposing corners, hold it down, roll it like a nice joint, and then you just put them together. Oh, that is nice. Okay, let's do one of these pieces of ribbon here, and we will put a blue 5/8 inch piece on top, just like that. And you take your little pipe cleaner, lay it over the top, fold it down. You're going to take this whole thing and kind of fold it in half and hold it together, and then twist it 2 or 3 times, and then you can let it go. There's that one. Now they don't look like much right now, but I'm telling you, we get them all together on the wreath, it's going to look really good. Okay, we're going to do one more bundle, and then I'm going to show you how to attach it to your wreath form. Alright, here we have a piece of mesh. I always start with the mesh and then put the ribbon on top. It's just easier, because I don't want to have to hold on to all that ribbon while I'm folding this, while I'm rolling this stuff. Grab opposing corners, hold it down. You just kind of fold it up on itself. Make a little bow, like a little bow tie. And another piece. Grab opposing corners, pull it out a little bit. Press down the middle. And then just fold it up on itself. Put it there. And the longer you cut your sections of mesh, the more this is going to stick out. So it's something you might kind of want to play around with. You may start out with the 9-inch sections and decide, you know what, I want them to stick out even further. Well, then you can just cut your sections longer than 9 inches. You could try 10 or 11 or 12 inches, or you know what, it's your wreath. You can do it any way you want to. Okay, one more piece. Here's a red piece. Grab the opposing corners, pull it a little bit, not too hard. Hold it down in the middle there, roll it up on itself, put it on top. Let's go with this white ribbon here, and over that we will put a red piece. And you can add as much ribbon as you want, or as little. You don't have to use it at all if you don't want to. It's totally up to you how you do it. It's a lot of fun to play around with and come up with all kinds of new ideas. So here's a blue piece of tinsel pipe cleaner stuff. Put it over, fold the whole thing in half, twist it 2 or 3 times. I usually do 3. And then you can let it go. And here's another piece. So hold the piece, all these bundles have the same colors, but they're all done a little differently, and they're going to be put on the wreath that way. So you have lots of really cool variety. Now I'm going to grab the wreath form here. Now the wreath form is concave if you have it one way. This is the back side. It's kind of hard to show you, but it's convex on this side. It kind of has an arch to it. Now for this particular type of wreath, we have 4 wires here. We're only going to be using these 2 in the middle. We're not going to do anything with the outer wire or this inside wire. Just these 2. And this is super easy to add the bundles. You don't need anything. You don't need any hot glue or special tools or anything. This is a fun thing to do with your kids too if you're looking for a little craft. It's a lot of fun. Okay. So we're going to turn it over to the underside where it's convex like this. It just kind of dips in. And we take a bundle. Here's the one we just made. Now you want to just sort of set it over those 2 wires and bring the ends of this pipe cleaner up so it kind of straddles those 2 wires. And then you're going to twist them together, which will now attach that bundle to the wreath form. Now we're going to add the other 2 before we look and see what it looks like. So here's another one. Same thing. You're going to bring it to the underside. So right now we're looking at the back side of this wreath. You bring the 2 ends of the pipe cleaner around, and you just twist them together over these 2 inner wires. It doesn't have to be super tight. I mean, if it is, it's okay, but as long as it's not going to come off, that's all that matters. All right, one more. We're going to bring it around. Take the 2 ends of the pipe cleaner. Make sure that it straddles those 2 wires, and then you're going to twist the 2 ends together, and I tuck that pokey part in like that. Okay. Now you will notice that this wreath form has sections. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sections, and each one takes about 8 or 9 bundles to really look nice and full and not look like it has gaps in it. So you're going to end up with about 50 total on this 14-inch wreath form. Now we're going to turn it over and I'll show you how it looks. And it's not going to look like much at this point, but right now, here's how it looks. So that's just the start. Now what I'm going to do is, and you can fluff it out a little bit too, just kind of open them up a little bit. Well, sometimes they don't want to cooperate. I'm going to keep making bundles, and I'm going to go ahead and get these wreaths all put together, and then we'll come back and see how they turned out. I can't wait to see it. Okay, well, I have stage 1 of the wreaths done. I'm going to show them to you now, and then we're going to get ready to start decorating them. Here's the first one. They're basically the same. But look at the beautiful, look at the pretty colors. I love it. I only used 1 roll of the lighter blue mesh. I actually had quite a bit of the dark blue. It went further than I thought it would. And of course we have the red, white, and blue ribbon in here all over the place. It turned out really pretty. See? Okay, so this is the first one. And the second one is the same. It's just the same kind of stuff. I just basically made them at the same time. I just distributed the multicolored ribbon between, throughout uniformly for both of them. So they're both essentially the same. This one looks a little fuller for some reason. I'm not really sure why that is, but I think they look really great. So now what we're gonna do, what I'm going to do now is we're going to add the decorative items to it. For one of them, I'm going to add the little bird here. Yeah, I took him out of the plastic, this little sparkly bird. He's covered in pretty blue sequins there, or not sequins, glitter. And on the other one, we have two little dragonflies. So I can add those. And then, of course, you can't forget all of the pretty flowers and the glitter-covered little red doohickeys, whatever they are. They still look like fireworks to me. And the berries back here, red, white, and blue. So I'm going to take all these and distribute them between the two wreaths. And then I'll show you what they look like once they're all decorated. I have now added the decorations to the wreaths, and I think they turned out really nice. I'll show you the first one here. So here's the first one. And I added, of course, the little berries to it, and the flowers, and the little red ones and the blue ones. This one has the dragonflies. They're really little, though. They don't really stand out very much. There's one here, and one is nestled in there, although he's kind of hard to see. He got covered up a little bit. But this is my first wreath. I think it looks really nice with all the red, white, and blue, and the ribbons and everything, and the flowers. And then we have these sparkly little things here. So that's the first one, and the other one basically looks the same. Here's the second one, and again it has the same stuff. I just kind of divvied it up between the two. This one has the little bird down here, and the berries, red, white, and blue berries, the little flowers here, and the sparkly things as well. I think this one only has two. There's one right up there at the top, and the flower there. So I think it turned out really pretty. Anyway, these are my two wreaths, and I am really happy with them. See? Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed seeing my wreaths come into being, and I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you again really soon.